Holy packs. All right, got another buy here from the card shop down in Rhode Island that I went to. So this is again another last video. I got 865 cards. They sold that to me for 200 bucks, and then with tax and everything else I paid via credit card, it was like 214. This time their credit card machine was down. I got another 700 cards here, 25 cents per card. It's supposed to be 175 bucks, but I paid via PayPal, and so it was 150 bucks that they sold it for me. So 700 cards, 150 bucks, less than 25 cents a card. And you're going to see what I got here, and it's definitely going to be I would expect to average a little more than $1 per card on the resale piece, but I want to show you some of the things I got, some of the interesting things, some things not so interesting, some humdrum stuff, but other stuff was pretty unique. Heavy in Nolan Ryan, Mike Schmidt, and Cal Ripken. But let me jump into go through some of the basics. A lot of cards to go through, so I'll just fly through some of them, and I'll save the interesting ones for the side here. But here's ones that I think are more or less like 50 cents a card. But again, I've been having luck selling Barry Bonds, so there's a lot of collectors out there who want Barry Bonds cards, and obviously they're not gonna pay an arm and a leg for them, but with these kind of inserts and everything else, and some of these early 80s, or not early 80s, like mid 80s, but second year, third year cards for Barry Bonds, people are paying 50 cents a card for them. So grab those because I know I can move them. They're not going to, 25 cents a card, I'm going to sell those for 50 cents a card. Like that's not a big deal. So I wanted to show you guys that one. Here we got some Mike Schmidt ones, early 80s. So I tried to focus on anything around like 85 Donruss. Anytime you get Donruss or Fleer in the mid 80s, that triple threat, I like that picture. But this is the 81 sticker card, 84 Donruss. The retired card, that always gets people going, the Donruss Diamond Kings. And here you got a 76 home run leaders. Some of these are going to be beat up, but again, for 25 cents a card, right, this is in good shape for that. This is cut kind of weird. The weird cuts I've been grabbing because I've been finding those have been actually O-Pee-Chee. So there are some O-Pee-Chee cards in here. I just have to, sometimes I'm just not paying attention to them and I fly by them. But 81, you get some Drake's cutouts. There's going to be a lot of Drake's and other oddball inserts. And then we got some Ryan Sandberg. Always going to grab him when I can. You got Leaf here for the 85 Donruss, 86 Donruss. But here you got the Kellogg's Cornflakes 3D, a Jiffy Pop. I don't know what you want to call that, the circle or whatever it is, but insert. And then this one, I didn't know what this was. I took it anyway just because, again, 25 cents a piece. You can't go wrong with it. Blank back. So I'm going to have to find out what this is part of, probably like Kraft or some food, some random food thing. But, and then you end up with the Kellogg's 3D ones. This is the older one, I think. Actually, no, 83 and 80. So this one's older. But always good. No cracks in those. This one I grabbed too just because I know this one sometimes has an error. I think there's a missing number on the back. And I have the missing number one. I actually didn't have the regular card, so I'm going to add this one to my set. I got another one too. But you got some 83 Fleer, back to the 82s, and then 85 Fleer, 86. Always grab those, 84 Donruss. So you can see the theme here I'm going with, right? Again, 25 cents a card. Most of these are in good condition. This one is not so good, right? Here you got the banged up corner, stuff like that. So some of these do have creases in them, so you're going to have to be mindful of that. Here you got a 76 Schmidt, right? Not going to pass that up. More cutouts for the Drakes. Now you're going into Sandberg. I like this insert. I hadn't really seen this before. So this is a triple play card. So this is definitely an insert card for triple play. 6 of 15. So grab that one because I haven't just I've seen a million. We've all seen a million triple play cards, but just I hadn't seen that insert before. So let's see. We'll stick with this. All right, I'll show you this now since it's out already. But at first I thought these were reprint cards just because of how I knew they were 92 Fleer All-Star cards. And then on the back, like this one, the printing is so cheesy. Like I was like, this has to be like a reprint, right? And so like it wasn't, but then I took the card out and like feeling it, it actually feels like a real card. I don't know, it's just, I don't know if it is a knockoff, but it feels real. But the printing, like this printing is way better than these two. These two look like somebody just made this card and then they just put the front in and then just couldn't have the gold foil stamping. But I looked these up and there are a bunch of them out there on eBay, but I've seen them being sold from like a range of like $20 a card to like $9 a card or whatever. So I haven't really seen many sales, so I don't know where these cards lie. I'm gonna imagine they're probably gonna be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $4 or $5 a card is what I'd have to guess. But I grabbed them because they just looked interesting and I just wasn't sure if they were errors or if they were reprints or what. So I grabbed them, see what happens with them. This one I grabbed because this was cool. I like the design of this one. I don't know what year this was done, if this was part of archives or what. But, you know, the 50th anniversary, so Topps Chrome, Cal Ripken, you know, can't go wrong with that card. It's a cool looking card. I know it's not much, but it's still a fun card to grab. So more Schmidt, and again, more of these cards that I picked up. Again, thinking that I could replace my error card in the set with the regular card. And I do have to I have to keep an eye out again for OPGs. There are a bunch in here. I just, you know, haven't grabbed them. But I mean, look at all these 81 tops. Again, 25 cents a card. I'm not going to pass that up. You can easily turn these cards around for $1 a piece. There's a lot of Mike Schmidt collectors out there. So always good to get Schmidt. But some of these cards aren't as mint as they appear in this video. So like that one, you know, has some tough corners. So I will have to look at some of these cards a little more closely. But the majority of them are pretty good. And then one random Pete Rose. More 80 Schmidt, like you gotta love it. There you got a Coca-Cola variation. But yeah, so that's that first stack. So now let's dive into, I think I'll dive into this side first. All right. So Schmidt was one. So you can see the first few hundred cards here are Schmidt. So he had them, the way he has them broken out is he has like, you know, 5,400 count boxes and then tabs breaking out the players. So I went directly to the players that I knew, you know, people liked, people collected, and he had all these Schmidts just sitting there. So it's just grabbing them out of them and stacking them up, making stacks of hundreds for the cards, 100 count cards, and just going after them. This is Mariano Rivera. I grabbed that. I didn't grab many Mariano because again, it's hard for me to move these cards, but I did like this one. I'm a Yankee fan, and you know, some of these cards I wasn't able to collect, so I grabbed them. But these ones, this is out of that Renata whatever Galasso collection. So I know that there's a small market for these. You got Brooks Robinson here, and now moving into those, you got Frank Robinson. And a couple of Jackie Robinson moments. I'm a little off camera here, sorry. So I grabbed these two just because of the two different variations. One's an opening day, and then one's just the base card. So that's always fun to just, you know, showcase the two variations. And again, these ones I didn't grab because I'm like, oh, these are worth so much money. They were just, I know I can sell them for more than 25 cents, so I just grabbed those. But now we got to get into some Pete Roses. Right here, you're gonna get this one's. I like this one. This one's the craft one, but this one has a huge, obviously you can see that, there's a huge crease right down the middle. But still, always fun to grab. This is kind of rare to come across in the wild, so to speak. But plenty of Pete Roses, right? Late 70s, early 80s. Those, not going to pass up that. I got a bunch of these pins. I had some from last time, and he had some more, so I grabbed some. So I actually sold 3 or 4 of them from the last time, so figured I could do it again. And then this is rounding out the Pete Roses, and then moving into red Schodenweist? I don't know. I had this card already before, and I had sold it, so that's why I grabbed this guy again, because thinking probably can move him. It doesn't have to be much, but again, my goal would be to get $1 per card. All right. And in some cases, I think I'll get that. Some cases, I'll get more than that. In the last one, so here we got Nolan Ryan. So there's going to be a lot of Nolan Ryans coming up. These ones, again, are like somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 cents to $1, right? But I love this card. I grabbed multiple of this card. The Nolan's a Real Gamer. This is my favorite card of the Nolan Ryan set. This one, and the one where he's punching Robin Ventura in the face when they're fighting. Those are my 2 favorite cards in the set. But I just grabbed only a couple out of these because these are like a dime a dozen. So I don't really want to try to sell many of those. But mid-80s, Ryan, a whole bunch of those. These are in pretty good shape. Got an 86 Gooden, few Dale Murphys. Wasn't many in Dale Murphys that I grabbed, but grabbed the early 80 ones where I could, because again, a lot of people like him, and he's a good player, and I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame. Mark McGuire, trying to stick with any 87, 88s, things like that. You'll see more McGuire in a little bit. And again, Reigns, I'll do any Reigns that are this kind of thing, or early 80s for him. Puckett, these again, I think maybe 50 cents to $1, whichever I can do. And then 80s tops. So here we got our first O-Pee-Chee. And like, so you can see the cut on it, right? And you look at the back side there, so it's O-Pee-Chee. So I don't know why most of them are cut that way, but that's the way most of them show up. So I do have to go through a lot of these and make sure they're either not Burger King or O-Pee-Chee. And then back to Pete Rose. And then I was starting to say, and then here was a couple more Mariano Rivera inserts that I thought were pretty cool that I wanted to grab. But in my last grab, I was able to sell some cards for 20 bucks. You know, I think I had a second year Squirt Soda card for Ricky Henderson, so that went for 20. And then I was able to get a Andre Dawson rookie card that was a little banged up, but still sold out for 9. I undersold the Thurman Munson rookies. They were so banged up. I just put them up for a couple bucks, and they went immediately. Probably could have got more for them, but still. So I made out pretty well after the first round, so that's why I went back and did this again, because, you know, if it works out, if I can get these for a real good price and get some very interesting cards and some, you know, common ones, but I'm going to do it. And he said he had more, so I'll send him an email with kind of some of the players I'm looking for and see if he can refill those boxes. But all these Nolans, right, anywhere between 50 cents and $1 is what I'm going to shoot for those cards. So that's what this stack is mostly. Again, Nolan's a Real Gamer. This one was interesting because I think this is in the final series, and then this is just in the normal series. So I thought it was weird that one had the banner and the other one didn't. So I was going to look that up to see if there was any sort of differences between them, but I don't know what it would have been. But again, more just regular inserts. This one is not the error. The King of Kings. Yeah, I don't think that's the error back. I was trying to look for maybe some of the error backs, but, you know, those are all over the place. Same thing with this one. I think this is Major League Performance, and then there's All-Star Performances on the back is the error, so that's not the error. But again, 87 Donruss, can't go wrong with that. So everything Nolan Ryan. So that's, again, nothing too crazy there. Not looking that's not gonna, you know, pay the bills. But you got this Canes in the wrapper still, Jack Morris, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Got some 80s tops here. Gaylord Perry, a random David Ortiz, but anything in this Twins uniform I was thinking would be close enough to his rookie year to make it worthwhile. Got some Eddie Murray. I was, you know, in honor of Wax Packs, I grabbed this card. I was looking to see if maybe this would be the blank list or the blacklist 82, but unfortunately I'm not as lucky as he was. And that is just the regular card. But Murray's do well. You got some late 70s, Tony Perez. This one is, what is this one? This one has a writing on the back though. But the 67, you know, Tony Perez, Hall of Famer. Can't go wrong with that as I drop them everywhere. But some of these are banged up, like I said before, but some of these are in good shape. Like this Morgan's in good shape. Jim Palmer, another craft card for Morgan. 81 Palmer. So you're seeing a lot of good Hall of Famers hanging out mostly in the late 70s, early 80s, right? Is where I'm trying to keep these cards. But I got a cup card here. I'm going to have a couple of these ones. This is the worst shape one. Soft corners. I'm not sure there's a... I don't see any creases or anything, but it's not too bad. Let's see. We got 79. Other 70s, early 70s, 78, 77. Another Drake's card. Got this one. I don't know if this is the wiffle ball one. Yeah, it's wiffle ball. But those are always cool. I'll always grab those where I can get them. And moving into some Cal Ripkins, right? This one's the worst one of all the ones I grabbed. You're going to see a lot of these coming up, but this is like the worst shape. So this one I figured it could be like $1 or 50 cents. It's a little beat up. Ziploc. I've never seen Ziploc before for Pee Wee Reese. I don't know what year this is. 82. So grab that just because I've never seen that cut out before. And now here we go. So this is this one's the worst shape of the rookie for Tim Raines. You know, soft corners, everything else. So that won't go for much. But I grabbed this because anytime you have Raines and Henderson in it, it's gonna go. This is a second year one, right? 82. Yeah, so not quite the rookie, second year card. More Diamond Kings. You gotta go. Anytime you can grab Jim Palmer's 70s cards, you gotta do it. Right? And then Phil Necro, another 76 card. This one looks weird. I don't know if that is Topps. That one looks all weird, like the blurry. But I had to check, like some of these I gotta check to make sure it's not the Burger King version. But I'll have to look into those more, but just to make sure. This one, Phil Necro, this one obviously all banged up. Look at this, like missing corners, but someone wrote on the back of it. But still pretty cool to grab that card and then end it with a 79 Jack Morris. All right, so now we're going to start getting into some of the more interesting cards here. You got some of the insert cards for, I don't think they were numbered. I was looking to see if they were, but I don't think they are. But 90s inserts, 2000s inserts for Cal Ripken is always going to be good. And then anytime you can get third year, fourth year card of him, I'm going to grab it for, especially for 25 cents. But these were inserts as well. You got back to Pete Rose. And then when you have Gaylord Perry and Rod Guidry on a card, easily just sell that for $1 or $2. So most of these will be, most of these that I've shown so far will be, you know, $1 or so as they all spill over. So many. But now we're getting into some of the good ones here. So now we got Nolan Ryan, right? 83 Fleer. Right now you're looking at a few bucks a card, maybe up to $5 in some cases. This one is a sealed pack of the Coca-Cola brand when you get Nolan Ryan. So I think this was inserted into like either like you can see there's glue on the back there. So it's like it was in the Coca-Cola box. So we'll keep that sealed. You got a second year Sandberg. Always going to grab that. A sharp 86 Topps. Nolan Ryan. Backside's not so great. So like backside as far as like centering goes isn't that great. So I was considering like maybe looking at some of these for grading, but I really have to look at the pricing, see like if I'm going to get 9s or 8s, Like, obviously I would want a 10, but if I didn't get a 10 and I got a 9 or an 8, would that be worth it? You know, is that worth the risk versus just selling these raw, right? Again, I paid 25 cents. If I can sell it raw for 10 bucks or something like that, it's better than going and getting it graded and only making like a $10 profit after paying for grading. So more Ryans, some 90 Leaf. Always good to get him there. As you see, some really good cards. Mind you, I've said this a million times already. 25 cents a card. I mean, I don't think I'm the only one who would go and grab these cards as best they can. So more Ryans, 85. Whole bunch of 85s. Look at that. All of them are sharp too. They're not like in bad shape. So, you know, even if it was $3 or $4 a card, right? Well worth it. You got Diamond Kings. You got an 83 there. This card I'd never seen before. 23 karat gold one. I don't know what year this came out. 1993 Bleachers. So it is serial numbered out of 10,000. I know these typically don't go for much, and there's like some chipping along the top here. But pretty cool. I've never seen this, so had to grab it. You got 79 Schmidt. Now you got a 79 Nolan Ryan, but this one has a huge crease down the middle, so that one obviously won't get as much as it usually would. Going into 81 tops now for Nolan Ryan, a whole bunch of them. Again, you're looking at, you know, maybe $7 a card right there or something like that, which is a nice turnaround. And then 83 tops, a bunch of 83 tops. Right. And let's get this last stack to the side here. Let's stick with the Nolan Ryans, and then we'll end it with the other ones here. So now we got some more of these squirt cards. Again, this one's like not, you know, maybe $1 or $2, but still pretty fun to have that insert. Late 70s Joe Morgan. It's always good. Always, you know, these are in pretty good shape. This one, the corner, looks like someone stepped on that corner, but a couple bucks a card, not too bad. And then these are the other Tim Raines cards here, the rookies. These ones are a lot sharper, and for some reason they're kind of sticking. There must have been something on the back of those plastics. But what is this? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those rookies, right? Can't beat that. Second year Eddie Murray, right? Pretty good shape. Can't beat that one. Or here you go in the 68 ERA leaders with Necro on there. Back to Nolan Ryan. This is O-Pee-Chee, right? That's a good one. 77. This one was pretty good. This one has like a little ding up top, but overall pretty good. I think that's like, you know, you can sell that for 10 bucks pretty easily. This one has a crease there, but again, you could probably sell that for 8 or 9 bucks. And these ones, 85 Fleer, in good shape. Again, something's sticking on these things. I don't know what it is. 84. Again, I got to keep an eye out for more of the O-Pee-Chee because I'm sure I just breezed through a bunch of them. But, and then here you got like another Bleachers card. So this was must be part of the 23 karat gold set. It is. So it's just the promotional card for it. So it's nice. And then this one is a hologram card of Field Vision Products. So not sure what this is, but 1991. So some random card there. You got league leaders, more Schmidt and Ryan. And then ending it out here, you got some more 76 Palmers. And then you go into some McGuire rookies, right? Some other Babe Ruth cards, couple bucks. Now this one, I grabbed a bunch of these. I have more from the last set too. I think these are from the 70s. Like this is obviously the Atlantic brand. You cut them out. but I think they're from the 70s. So I gotta title them a little bit better when I list them because I don't think people know. Grab this Mariano Rivera because it's a jersey card. So I don't know if you can see it's raised a little bit there, but it doesn't look like Mariano Rivera, but I guess it is. But yeah, it's a jersey card for him. So grab that for sure for 25 cents. Now these are beat up Pete Roses, right? You can see some, whatever that is, some circles, some, junked up. Another 74 with the weird ink blot there on the corner. But grab them. I mean, 25 cents. I'm sure I can get a couple bucks for them. Not a big deal. And again, these ones are from those same Atlantic things. So Pete Rose. So I got to find out what year those came out. And then these ones get a little bit better as far as the condition goes. But here you got a 76 Pete Rose. That one's got some creases on it. And I think a pinhole up in the top there. This one's got a nasty little crease. This one's also creased. But again, it's not bad. And then this is where it gets really interesting. Well, it's already pretty interesting, but these are some mint 83 tops, second year for Cal Ripken. So you can usually sell these about $5 a piece. So, and then you got 84 third year for 84 Fleer, 83 Fleer there, another 83 tops. Like, man, right there. You got probably 30 bucks worth of cards, and then some more 83s. Is this a O-Pee-Chee? No, this is tops. More 83, so I mean, a ton of them. And then you got the Burger King. This one's obviously easy to spot because it has the Burger King on the back, but the 70s ones, they don't put Burger King on the front, and the back is just a little different, so you just got to keep an eye out for that. Another sharp, this one is better than the other one I saw, but the Jim Rice Gold Cup card, second year there. Here's no Peachy for Jim Rice, and then a couple more squirts to end it. So that's it. I mean, that's it. That's there's the 700 cards. So I mean, tons and tons of Hall of Famers, tons and tons of just cards that, for me, I can definitely sell more than $1 on, right? I mean, great stuff. And it's so much fun to go through, so much fun to go through these boxes, pull them out, knowing that I can get them for a good price and knowing I can turn around and still sell them for a relatively reasonable price and make some money on it. So it makes it all worth it in the end. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm definitely going to go back to this guy again and see if I can get some more of this stuff. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun going down there and then posting these and selling them and everything else. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.